Hi, and welcome. You're listening to the X22 Report. My name is Dave, and this is episode 2495A, and today's date is June 4th, 2021, and the title of the episode is Now the People Are Feeling the Economic Turning, the Precipice. Let's talk about investing. Gold and silver have stood the test of time. They give stability in times like these. Start an IRA this month with Noble Gold. And along with the first-class service, they're gifting a 1/10 ounce gold bullion American Eagle coin. And you'll have peace of mind that you've made the right choice, as well as growing thousands of extra tax-deferred dollars in your fund over the years, safely and steadily. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com, or call them at 877-646-5347, or click the link in the description. Let's get into the economic collapse financial news. Now, the Patriots, they put everything into motion. The private Western Central Bank, the deep state, the corrupt politicians, they were pushing their agenda, which was the Great Reset. The Patriots, they knew this playbook. And if you know the playbook, then you can take action. You can show the people exactly what they have planned for everyone. You can also show them what they want to do with the economy. Remember, to bring us into a Great Reset, what do they have to do? They have to destroy the economy. Whose economy? Their economy. They're the ones who created this economy. It's a private Western Central Bank economy. We're living in an illusion right now. There's no free markets. They control everything. Interest rates, stock market, precious metals, cryptocurrency with information. They're trying to control it all. This is not an open and free market. The problem is that they're losing control. Because when more and more people wake up and people are brought to the precipice, people look for alternatives. People ask questions. And this is what's happening right now. Think about what Trump has done. When he was in office for 4 years, he went ahead and he made the economy look absolutely fantastic within the private Western Central Bank illusion. Then Biden stepped in, and the private Western Central Bankers, the corrupt politicians, the puppet masters, they started to push their agenda. They started to reverse everything that Trump did to bring us in line for this Great Reset. Now people can see the truth. Now people can see where this economy is going. Look at the fuel prices now. Look at inflation, which means the value of the currency is continually declining. Look at how many people are actually going back to work. Remember, the private Western Central Bankers, their plan was to have everyone on like universal basic income. You can call it stimulus, you can call it whatever you want. They wanted to pay people to stay at home. They tried this and they implemented it. The problem was Trump opened up the country. Then he countered everything they were trying to do with a vaccine. So people went back to work. And yes, there are still other people that haven't gone back to work and they're collecting their income. And what happens when this all happens? Well, the numbers, the employment numbers don't look good. Now, is this during Trump's presidency? No, because when he was president, the economy was opening up. We saw a V recovery. Then Biden took over and they still tried to push the agenda of the private Western Central Bank, trying to keep everyone at home, even though the country was opening up and the pandemic was countered. And now they're having a problem. People are seeing this firsthand. They're seeing fuel prices move up, lumber prices move up. They're seeing coal and everything else start to move up because everything else is affected by it. And when you look at the unemployment numbers, which just came out, well, the U.S. economy adds 559,000 jobs in May. It's another miss. Remember, economists, they thought, oh, wow, this is going to be great. The economy is opening up and we're expecting about 650,000 jobs. It didn't happen. Why? Because people are not going back to work. They're still receiving their checks. So they feel like, well, why should I go back to work if I'm receiving income? Do you think if Trump was president right now, do you think people would just be receiving income? No. People would be going back to work. But remember, Trump and the Patriots, they wanted everyone to see a failing economy. A failing economy where the private Western Central Banker, the deep state players, the corrupt politicians are pushing a certain agenda to bring us into the Great Reset. Now, Mike Pompeo, he tweeted this out. Under the Trump administration, workers across America went back to work in unprecedented numbers. Under the Biden administration, workers are paid to stay at home until they become reliant on the government for everything. And now people are seeing this very, very clearly. And as the economy continually implodes and it gets worse and worse, and fuel prices move up, lumber prices move up, coal prices move up, food prices move up, people, well, they're going to wake up pretty darn fast. I mean, gas prices are moving up very, very quickly. Now, remember, the private Western Central Bank, the deep state players, they're still pushing their agenda. And as they push it, it is going to get worse and worse as time goes on. Yes, people are going to see this. They're going to be brought to the precipice of destruction. There's going to be an economic crisis. And the economic crisis is going to be with the Federal Reserve, with the central banks of the world, with the corrupt politicians, the deep state players. And the people are going to demand answers, because when it affects everyone's income and their ability to make income, and when it affects how much they're actually bringing in and how much they have to spend on things like fuel, food, and things like that, and once this declines, people are going to demand answers. Why is the economic system falling apart? And we're going to enter a crisis. And this is why I do believe the patriots have prepared for this. They're ready to move we the people into a new system. Now, yes, the private Western Central Bank, the deep state players, they're going to try to stop this at all costs. They don't want people looking at gold and silver or cryptocurrencies. Cryptocurrencies is decentralized. So is gold and silver, actually, because you hold it physically. I'm not talking about the paper market that the private Western Central Bankers made up, or the derivative market or anything like that. I'm talking about physical gold and silver. Let's talk about investing. Gold and silver have stood the test of time. They give stability in times like these. Start an IRA this month with Noble Gold. And along with the first-class service, they're gifting a 1/10 ounce gold bullion American Eagle coin. And you'll have peace of mind that you've made the right choice, as well as growing thousands of extra tax-deferred dollars in your fund over the years, safely and steadily. Visit noblegoldinvestments.com. That's noblegoldinvestments.com, or call them at 877-646-5347, or click the link in the description. Remember, the private Western Central Banks, if you have gold and silver in your home in a safe someplace, what can they do to it? They really can't do anything. Can they block you from having it? No, you have it. Can they shut it down like they can with a bank account? No. How about with cryptocurrency? It's decentralized. There's no centralization mechanism where they can turn it on and off. Yes, you hear stories that, oh, we're going to block this, we're not going to allow this through. Very, very difficult to do. It's completely decentralized. And with these two systems, these systems can go against the private Western Central Bank fiat system. Actually, with cryptos, it makes it a lot easier. Yes, gold and silver, great store of wealth. But to transfer everyone into gold and silver will be very, very difficult. To transfer everyone into some form of crypto, much, much easier, because people have been using electronic currency for a very long time. There's not that much of a difference between the fiat electronic currency and cryptocurrency. Well, there is one big difference. It's not controlled by the Federal Reserve. But if you understand how to use the digital fiat system, you can use cryptocurrency. Instead of a bank account number, you have an address of your crypto wallet. You want to send someone to someone else, you don't ask for their bank account, you ask for their address. It's pretty much the same thing. Now, what's very interesting is on Telegram, Bullion Bitcoin put this out, and it says important. Here we have Brian Brooks just casually saying our current financial system needs to be replaced. Bitcoin, April 1st, 2020, Trump admin taps Brian Brooks as Chief Operating Officer and First Deputy Comptroller of the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. Who is Brian Brooks? We always thought BB, which was B2, was Bill Barr. What if BB was Brian Brooks, stealth bomber? As acting comptroller of the currency, Mr. Brooks was the administrator of the federal banking system and chief officer of the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, the OCC, supervises nearly 1,200 national banks, federal savings associations, and federal branches and agencies of foreign banks, and conduct approximately 70% of all banking business in the United States. Now, he was on this panel and he was talking about leaving the old system and creating a new financial system. It needs to be replaced. And he was talking about how Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, was going to be the new system, completely separate and apart from the private Western central bank system. And I've said this for a very long time. When the time comes and people need to protect their wealth and people need to move into a new system, how can you destroy the private Western central bank in one foul swoop? Basically have everyone, or the majority of the people, move over to a new system. It can be done electronically. If you notice, a lot more banks are now offering the ability to transition your fiat currency into cryptocurrency. I believe that this is going to continue. This is not the end. This is the beginning. And the private Western central banks, they're scrambling to stop this. But can they stop this? No, they can't, because nothing can stop this. And I do believe the Patriots, they prepared for this moment. And once the crisis hits and people demand answers, well, with a new Senate, new House, maybe with a new president, all of a sudden, you might see legislation passed where we either audit the Fed or we discontinue the Fed. Most likely, I think the people are going to have to be shown proof that they are corrupt. So I do believe there's going to be an audit. And then there's going to be other legislation that says, you know something, we're done with the private Western central bank. Remember, the United States has had 3 private Western central banks. The first one, their charter ran out. The second one, Andrew Jackson got rid of it. And the third one, I do believe Trump, he's going to make his move and get rid of the third one. And we can see that all of this is playing into that. And in the end, there has to be a way to move everyone out of their system, because when it implodes, when the evidence comes out, people need a place to go. Think about what the private Western central bankers have done in the 70s. They told everyone that they're speculators in the gold market. No one knew they had a new system set up, which was the petrodollar system. People just went along with it. They had no choice at this point. They had no clue what was going on. They believed what the media was saying. And then all of a sudden, what happened? We came off the gold standard, and then we saw inflation. And they had to raise the interest rates. Yes, in the beginning part of their fiat system, it seems incredible. It's a trick. And then all of a sudden, people saw their wages move up. They saw house prices move up. It wasn't because things were getting better. It's because it was the devaluation of the dollar, of the Federal Reserve note. But at the end of their system, you don't see this. You see very, very low interest rates or negative interest rates. You see wages really not moving anywhere. You see all the good jobs gone because they moved it out of this country. That's where we're at right now. And I do believe this is why the Patriots are planning to move everyone away from their system into a new system once people see exactly what they have been doing when the crisis hits. And this is all leading up to that. The Patriots are in control. Listen, everyone, thanks a lot for listening. Be well, be safe, and especially be prepared. Thanks a lot.